told me, he's like, I've already made 700. I was so happy. I don't regret taking the second car. I regret selling my first car. Hi guys, welcome back to All Things Wholesome. This is a channel where we discuss all things that teaches about money skills. So today I'll be doing a story time of the businesses I've tried before the age of 30. And the reason why I'm doing this video is because this year I turned 30, and for some weird reason, I don't know what happened. I just woke up one day this year and somehow I wanted to be my younger version self. So one thing about me is that I'm always chasing ideas. Before I became an adult, I used to test those ideas. I used to just think of something and then wake up the following day and just put it to use, just do that thing. So yeah, that was me. I was that person. But now I'm just a different kind of person, and I feel like as I turned 30, I wanted to go back to being that person. So I don't know, please comment down below if ever you are 30 and above and you've felt like the feeling that I'm feeling right now, that you reflect on your life and you're like, I used to be this person. You long for that person, and for some weird reason you just want to go back to being that person. So yeah, that's me. Very first business that I started this with my sister, Uzandile. She's not my actual sister, she's my brother's wife, but she's been like a sister to me. So we started selling scones. So we'd wake up very early in the morning and would bake scones, and then she would take the scones to work and sell them there, because she's very good at selling. One thing about that woman is that she's very good at selling. So she was the one who was selling. I would wake up, help with baking, and then after that, so we'd wake up very early. So I just got lazy. I stopped waking up. She continued with the business, and it was doing well, honestly. It was not as successful as other businesses, but it was actually bringing in money. But then she also gave up along the way. I guess now I feel bad, because like I was the one who gave up first. So I feel like if maybe we pushed each other, we'd be far. We started that business because we just wanted extra cash. She was working, she needed extra cash, and I was unemployed, obviously. I needed the cash, but the money that we made from that business, it was just reinvested in the business until I stopped, and then she stopped, and then the business just died, just like that. Yeah. So the second business that I did by myself was selling water bottles. So at PEP, they had this long water bottles. I'm just going to show you a picture of the bottles that I used to sell, and I thought they were so cool. I thought they were going to sell out like crazy, because I had this idea of selling them in events, like taking them and then going to events and then selling them to people. They were so cool. Okay, well, in my eyes, they were so cool. I just imagined ladies with their drinks in those bottles. Yeah, so I was like, yeah, this is the business. So I bought them at PEP. They were 20 Rand, if I'm not mistaken, and I sold them for double the price. So I sold them at 40 Rand. So I sold them at campus. I was a student in TUT, so I sold them at campus, sold them to my friends, my family, yeah. And then I also don't remember what happened. Oh, and then I decided to stop. I don't remember what was the reason for me to stop that business, because I was actually making money, because I was selling at 100% profit, right? So I also took that money and I went to buy more bottles. But then they ended up there at home in the garage. I don't know what happened. I can't remember what happened, because it was a long time ago. But yeah, that I remember I made 100% profit from that business as well. And I didn't get the chance to go to an event and sell them. I think if ever I went to an event and I sold those bottles, I was going to make my money and the profit. And then yeah, but my aim was not to be in that business for a long time. Obviously, I just wanted to sell. After they were sold out to PEP, I was thinking that I'm just going to stop also. It was just that business of just making money. I was testing myself if I can actually sell. The third business was that I always had an idea of selling at events. Ne? So this time, I don't know what happened. I was going to a Live in Color event in Vosloorus. So I thought that these things would sell. I immediately thought of that. I knew that these things would sell there in that event. So I just bought them. I think they were 60 Rand. I'm not sure. It was just a pack. And then they were 60 Rand. And they glowed, like they had colors. Ne? I don't know how to so I don't know how to put it in English, but they were light. That's why I'm a light. Yabo, a glow in the dark. So I was like, this one would sell. So I went that day. I don't remember what I was doing at Dragon City, but then I got those. It was the same day, so we went to the event, and then I didn't sell those things until it was at night, because I knew that during the day no one would see that this thing is just cool, so at night they sold fast those things. It's just that also futhi bewamancane, it's just it was less of them inside. It was not a lot, so I was able to sell. So that day I went home with a lot of money, and I was so drunk. Imagine going home with a lot of money. Like, the way I love money, I didn't lose that money because I was here. The fourth business that we tried was selling at an event as well, but this time we were making hot dogs. So we bought tivors, we bought rolls, we borrowed our food warmers. And yeah, it was me, Uzandile, my sister, and Filile, my friend. So it was the three of us. We went. I can't remember the exact event, but we were not allowed to go in, and we didn't have tickets to go in. So then we stood outside and we sold. So there were other people also selling with us, and we made friends there. They told us that they're going to call us if there are other events and all that. So we sold those hot dogs. I can't remember exactly what happened, but I remember when we ate those hot dogs, because I don't think they sold all of them. So yeah, but we actually did make money. We just didn't make profits. We just sold, né? And it was fun. We had fun. The fifth business that I did by myself, and this was a huge one. I remember this like it was yesterday, because this was like a huge thing that I was putting myself in. But I made sure, like, I calculated, I had a plan, and I made sure that I'm going to follow this plan. So I was a landlord. Ne? I was a landlord. How this came about is that I was a student at this company, ne? And then I asked to be transferred to the main office so that I can do drawing. Okay, so then they agreed. So I left. I was a student in Limpopo, so I left Limpopo. I had to look for a place in Pretoria. Then I stayed there in Pretoria, and then I was renting from a lady. So she rented a flat, and we rented to her. We paid rent to her, so it was like maybe 5 of us in the same flat, because there was a room and then there was a dining room. So I would sleep a dining room, the other ladies would sleep in the, something like that. And then that lady was not paying rent to City Property. So they kicked us out. They locked our things inside. And I remember very well, plus that day I was graduating. That day of my graduation, my things were locked in there, and I just had to move around and ask for people to just do my makeup there and dress up. It was very stressful, but then yeah. So she didn't pay rent, and then City Property and then we went and explained to the guys at City Property that is our we have our furniture in there, it's not hers. So then they opened the flat and we took our things. So I was like, never again, I'm going to trust someone with the rent. What I did, I went to FNB. I opened a credit card. Credit card had like 12,000 in it. and I planned it. Okay, the six, I think the rent was 6 point something. The first 6 point, I'm not sure it was 6.5 or how much the rent was. I was like, okay, so for the first month, I'm going to stay alone in that flat. I paid the 6,000 to City Property. I stayed alone. And then the second, I get it was 12,000 in the credit card. I was like, the second one is going to be for the second month if I don't get students, no? So I was renting the flat with students, and I was also staying there. So fast forward, I got students. They stayed the first month. I got the rent. I was paying. So basically, I was not paying rent. People were paying rent for me, and I was just living for free. But I made sure that everything was fine, you know, and I made my brother the landlord, like, because I felt like they were not going to take me serious. That went on for about 2 years, I think. And then after 2 years, what happened? Oh, and then people started leaving, and I didn't just have the energy to look for students. And I saw that it's a lot to be a landlord. So when people were leaving, especially my friend, I was staying with a lady who became my friend. So she left, and I was like, ah, okay, no, I think this is done. So I closed the flat, I paid everything, they gave me my deposits, and I went to look for another place. So that's when I found my second job. So I got my second job, and yeah, that's how that business ended. That was my fifth business. I was a landlord. Well, undercover. In the midst of people leaving and all that, I needed extra cash. So I also thought of something. I was like, people here in the flats, there were students. It was a lot of students. So I knew that people didn't like washing dishes. So I was like, how about I wash dishes for people and then they pay me? And if I make the price really low, I know they're gonna want me to wash their dishes. So that was my sixth business. I was washing dishes for students. So they would call me if ever they had dishes, I would wash them, and then they would pay me. I think it was 20 something rand, I can't remember. You know, so I knew my target market was the flats that had guys. I know that guys don't like washing dishes. So in another flat, they just contributed. I don't know how much they contributed, and then it made my money. Then they would call me. Then I would wash their dishes. So that was my sixth business. Yeah, it was a dishwasher. The seventh business that I did was a Bolt business. So I've always wanted to do this business. I think it was 2018, 2019, I remember. I was working. I took my older brother to go look for a car because I was ready to start this. But then I don't remember what stopped me, but yeah. But I remember that we went to look for a car and we found the car, but now the problem was me. I'm not sure. I think it was just finances. Yeah. I just saw that things were not adding up. So I was like, no. But then, yeah, I ended up doing it. 2022, I had an agreement with my brother, my little brother, that he was going to drive and he was going to just pay me 2,000 in a week, and the rest he can keep. So yeah, that was our agreement. So yeah, the business started off very well because I started 2022, I think December. And yeah, you know, December is a busy month. So yeah, when he called me, like the first day he started, he called me, he's like, I've already made 700. I was so happy. Oh my gosh, I was over the moon. I'm like, already 700, which means we are going to have money, and I was just happy. The Bolt business was doing well, and yeah, I thought I was also doing well because like, why wasn't I doing well? I was getting the extra 2,000, like extra 8K in a month, but things just, they went south. They started attacking the Bolt drivers, and I got scared for my brother's life. I was like, yeah, at home also they didn't like this idea. Even my mom, when he was out there at night, busy driving around, my mom would not sleep until he was back. So it was putting a strain in my family and also me. Like, I felt like I was putting my brother's life in danger. So I was like, yeah, I'm making money, but money is more important. But my brother's life is more important than money. So I decided to stop that business. That business I have already, I took a second car. Yeah, I did. I paid off the first car and then I took the second car. I was like, because then I needed a car for my job. And then he also needed to have a car for the business, obviously. So, yeah, I did that. I honestly regret that. I don't even want to lie to you. I regret taking the second car. I don't regret taking the second car. I regret selling my first car because I sold my first car, the one that was paid off. I sold it and I was left with this one. I'm still paying the installment even today. I feel like if I sold the one that I just took, it was going to be better because now I wouldn't have a car that I'm still paying. I would have a paid up car. So yeah, that's one of my regrets in this business. But yeah, it was. I was happy when we started. I was very happy, and actually, I was not really making money in this business. Honestly, when I sit down now and I think and I do my calculations, I was not. I was just happy that I was doing something because in my mind, like I love to be challenged, and when I was there in my second workplace, I felt like I was bored. So that's how I started the business, you know. And yeah, so that was my seventh business that I did. I did a bolts business. And yeah, I stopped because of the violence that was happening. I didn't want to lose my brother to this. I am editing the video and I realized that I forgot one business. So the eighth business that I started was a laundry business. So the name of the business was Laundry on the Go because I would go and fetch your laundry and then do it and then deliver it back to you. So yeah, my mom would help me there to go and fetch the clothes and deliver it back. So yeah, I was washing for people and I didn't have the equipment, so I used everything that we used at home. I was using my mom's soap, I was using my mom's washing machine, and yeah, I was making extra cash out of that. And that was I started this business because I was unemployed. So I was done with school and I needed to do my in-service training. So I had not yet found the company. So I was like keeping myself busy. And also I just wanted money for toiletry. Honestly, I didn't want to ask my mom for money. So Laundry on the Go was born. I honestly think that business was going to do well if I did continue, and also if I had a good marketing strategy, because my strategy back then was just Facebook. I would advertise on Facebook and I would print papers and paste them on the tech shops around my hood. So that was just my marketing strategy. I couldn't reach like a large audience. So I believe that if I could, I was going to make money from this business. So yeah, that was my business, Laundry on the Go. And yeah, I used to wash clothes for people. That was my last business that I did. And now that I'm 30 years old, I feel like I'm going back to that version of myself, of just wanting to do something. I think growing up, just I had to shut down that part of me, and I had to just be what the work environment wanted me to be. And for a long time now, I think this particular year, when I turned 30, I just switched. I woke up the next day and I was like, I really should go back to the version of me that I was when I was younger. Yeah, so yeah, that's why I was asking you when I was starting the video, that have you ever felt like that? Please don't forget to comment there. I just want to know that I'm not alone. So I started a lot of businesses. I gave up on others. I lost a lot of money on others, and I made a lot of money on other businesses. And honestly, it was just an experience. I feel like I had to go through that to just learn that. And yeah, but the lesson that I learned, that I can share right now with you, if you are a business person, is that consistency is key. Be consistent. Do not stop. Do not give up. There are a lot of things that will make you want to give up, but do not give up on that business. Keep pushing, keep pushing. It's going to push back, but push harder. So yeah, the reason why I did this video, I also wanted to do a follow-up video on the mistakes that you should avoid when starting a business, because with my 2 cents advice that I have, with my 2 cents experience that I have, I feel like someone out there can learn something from this, So I'm going to have a follow-up video where I'm going to be sharing mistakes that you need to avoid when you are starting a business. You don't have to learn the mistakes the hard way. Some of the mistakes you just need to see from far and learn from them. You don't have to experience them yourself. I just want to save you your money, your energy, and your time. Make sure that you stay tuned for this video that I'm going to be doing. I know that it's my 2 cents experience, and yeah, but it can help someone out there. Thank you for allowing me in your space and lending me your ear. Always remember that I love you. Have a lovely, productive day. Bye.